how do we solve this math? Over here, notice we're again saying del z, and we are not saying dz. Why? Because z is not only a function of x, but it is also a function of y. Hence, this is a partial derivative. Hence, we are not allowed to say dz, because when we say dz by dx, it means that dz is only a function of dx. But when we say del z by del x, it means that z is only not a function of x, but also another variable. So how do we do this math? How do we solve this math? First things first, we'll do del z by del x, and then this entire thing we have to consider it as one function. Why? Because of the power over here. So what happens when we differentiate something with a power? That power comes in the front as multiplication, and then we write the exact same function as it is, but the power becomes -1. So 8 minus 1, which will become 7 into. Now we have to individually differentiate the elements inside of this function. So at first, what did we do? We differentiated the whole function, because we know the differentiation of x squared is 2 into x, 2 minus 1, which comes to 2x. And now what we need to do is, since there are other elements inside of the actual function, we have to differentiate them as well. So when we differentiate del z with respect to x, of course it is a function of x, so we can easily say 2x, and then 5x, x becomes 1, so 5 into 1, and over here 2y is entirely a constant, right? There is no x element over here. So whenever there is something, an element that does not have x, that element or that variable automatically becomes a constant. So here 2y is a constant, and we know when we differentiate a constant, it becomes 0. So this will be -0, which stands to 8 x squared plus 5x minus 2y to the power 7 into 2x plus 5. And this is our del z by del x. Now we also need to do del z by del y. So let me just copy this and bring it down. Okay. Now we need to do del z by del y. And how do we do that? Same thing. 8 comes in the front. We write the entire function as it is, and then the power of the function decreases by 1 into, we differentiate whatever is inside of that function. Now we need to differentiate each of these elements individually. So when we do that, it becomes x squared. Again, there is no y element in x squared, so this becomes 0. There is no y element over here, so this entire thing is a constant, which also becomes 0. And then minus 2y simply becomes -2 into 1, because differentiation of y is 1. And then the entire math stands to 8 x squared plus 5x minus 2y to the power 7 into -2. And if we multiply this -2 with 8, it becomes -16 x squared plus 5x minus 2y to the power 7. And this is how you can do it.